You can spot the amount of famous landmarks from this point of view here. It's incredible. The old London Bridge was the only significant crossing across the Thames up until the 18th century. So we're looking about, well over 700 years. So this is not an accurate depiction of it, just very romanticised mosaic. The Merchant's Line. It seems it's like a metal band running up along here. Try to get a quick shot of the Shah Tower. That's a long way up.
Stars shining bright above me. Night breezes seem to whisper.
And hello once again, welcome back to my channel. I am 350. So it's a lovely sunny day out in London. I'm actually by, as you can probably see where I am anyway, but I'm at London Bridge today. And it's going to be a little walk around tour, that sort of thing. No script, I've got no idea what's going to be in this video other than maybe get over to Borough Market later on, but anything that happens between now and then is just going to be completely ad-libbed. So yeah, so excuse me if I'm going to come across like a bit of a headless chicken, but it's not too complicated in terms of layout. It's just London Bridge, there's Tooley Street, and there's obviously the Queen's Walk, which is where I'm standing right now. So it should be fairly straightforward. I hope I'll catch some interesting points of interest. So yeah, be nice. And the weather's been fantastic today. A little bit breezy, but it will do nicely. So I'm quite keen to get started now. I've actually took the quicker route here. Just took the tube rather than the more scenic boat ride. Just wanted to get here quickly as I was running quite late today. So I walked through where I wanted to film, and then just so I could open up the vlog here. But anyway, enough of me rambling. I'm going to go and get started with this walking tour. So yeah, anyway, if you are new to my channel and you like what you see and you actually enjoy the kind of content that I put out, then yeah, please give me a like and subscribe if you want to. And anyway, so let's get started. Right, so since the theme of this video, this vlog, or this walking tour, is about London Bridge, it's only natural I will start off at London Bridge. So we've heard the story, we've heard the nursery rhyme, and it's going to be no shock to you that this isn't the original bridge. This is one of the many iterations of what they call as London Bridge, or what was once the main crossing of the Thames, dating way back into the Anglo Saxon times. So yeah, over 1,000 years ago even. It's incredible, isn't it? So for those who are not particularly excited about history, I apologise. So you may want to fast forward, but those who are more interested in the backstory of London Bridge, then yeah, I'm happy to accommodate. So I think going back to the early, say, 10th century or 11th century, London Bridge, or the crossing, part of the Thames, was actually made from timber, just wood. That was all the technology they had at the time, and they didn't last very long. They were actually frequently torn down and rebuilt, just because it's just the nature of timber bridges, really. And then they built around about the early 1200s. They then built the very first sort of masonry, stone-based bridge with multiple arches in the 1200s. And not only that, it housed lots of apartments and shops, and maybe places to eat and drink on top as well, which is incredible to think about. Going back how long ago that was, and they had the know-how to do that. But it was a commercial necessity. Some more interesting facts about the bridge, or not this particular bridge, but the old London Bridge was the only significant crossing across the Thames up until the 18th century. So we're looking about, well over 700 years, which is incredible considering the population and the amount of economic activity has increased tenfold or even more since the Anglo Saxon era. So yeah, it just goes to show how important that crossing is, and just adding on top of the other stories of, you know, it being stripped down and being rebuilt over and over, which is adds further more to its history. And, you know, so yeah, even though that the modern bridge that we know now looks particularly bland, and I'm assuming there's a lot of backstory behind this particular part of the river. For the eagle-eyed amongst you, you can probably see behind me the City of London there, and the monument. And if you haven't seen my video of City of London, please feel free to have a visit. It's in 2 parts, and I'm sure you'll enjoy the footage of that part of the city. All right, so I'm going to now head over into Tooley Street, and we'll have a look at what interesting landmarks lays ahead over there. Well, a congested stairway up to street level here. Yeah, it's getting quite busy in terms of tourists. They're all flocking in now with the weather becoming more pleasant. Yeah, I'm quite liking being here right now with the blue sky and slightly warmer climate. Just those earlier videos in January, February were quite difficult to do. All wrapped up and still shivering. So I did say I was going to head to Tooley Street, but I think I will just go opposite and cross the bridge itself, seeing this is about London Bridge after all. Yeah, apologies for the wind noise. It's a bit breezy today, and I forgot to bring my what you call them, those wind muff things. Yeah. And, yeah, it's a great view. Honestly, great view of London here. I never thought you get good sights from this bridge. Yeah, there's a lot of other people on the bridge at the moment taking photos, selfies, that sort of thing, yeah. Or maybe even vlogging. And the view from the other side of the bridge. And yeah, it's an interesting building there with the Twin Towers, but I'm not sure what date that is, but it looks quite nice, and just looming behind it is St Paul's. But yeah, so yeah, that's Cannon Street Station, I believe. I'm just going to shift over to the right. I think that's the majority of traffic is walking this way. Yeah, you can imagine the original, not the original, one of the previous bridges, the stone-built bridge with all the apartments and shops, and imagine some public houses as well, were just essentially just sited on the bridge. You're just walking across, and you could either be living on the bridge, or you're stopping here for something to eat, or you're doing some shopping. It's incredible. Why can't they just do that kind of stuff now? That'd be quite a good experience, surely. I guess it's health and safety, perhaps. But then again, the skyscrapers around London are getting taller and taller and bigger, so I'm sure they have the know-how. That's another shot of the view from London Bridge, and you can see Tower Bridge over there. You can spot the amount of famous landmarks from this point of view here. It's incredible. You've got the Shard, you've got the old London Hospital, you've got the pier, the Hayes Galleria, the what's it called, the HMS Belfast, Canary Wharf right in the distance there. Yeah, amazing view here. Okay, so I'm nearly at the other end of the bridge now. So as soon as I get there, I'm going to do a U-turn and head back across the river, and then go along Tooley Street and see some interesting bits and pieces along there. So anyway, I'll see you over there in a little while. Okay, I'm on the other side. I'm actually in 2 minds of which route to take. Should I just go back along the Queen's Walk, which is just down those stairs, or the slightly less picturesque path, which is literally Tooley Street? Yeah, you know, I'm just noticed I'm walking along still, so I may as well just carry on this way. Like I said, there's no script here. It's all ad lib, and as it comes. And hello and welcome to another episode of Tweedy's Pubs. Only kidding. I just couldn't help myself but do that. Just seeing a rather interesting pub behind me. Yeah, I think I'm tempted to grab a pint or two somewhere, or maybe some lunch a little bit later on. So I'm wondering where to go. Maybe there, or maybe somewhere else nearer towards Borough Market Way. But that place has been done to death, though. So I will go down there and get some footage. But in terms of food and all that stuff, it's all the same. I suspect it all comes from the same catering company. They run a whole load of pretend independent food stores. Maybe I'm being cynical, but I don't know. It's something doesn't seem. It just seems that there's just a lot of independent food stores that have just cropped up in the past 10 years. Anyway, I'll take my tin-foil hat off and I'll just carry on with this walking tour, shall I? Yeah, trying to give a slightly more walk-tunnel view of this part of London as well. I mean, it's not all completely grand and pretty. There's going to be many different decades of architecture and styles and sort of decaying wear and tear as we walk along through here. Yeah, it's a lot of stuff to absorb in, and a lot of sort of just people buzzing around, cyclists. So just while trying to focus on what I'm trying to do as well. So yeah, just the entrance is to the tube station. They used to the old London Dungeon used to be here as well until it got shut down back in 2013. It's now relocated somewhere else. I don't remember where it is now. It's still in London somewhere. I imagine it's not the original location. I kind of imagine it would not have the character or charm of the London Bridge spots. Yeah, lots of mixed eras of 60s, Victorian, and then modern. Yeah, it's all different. It's a mixed bag of different architecture and styles across the decades. Now, I wonder how long this place has been here for. It looks quite independent. Got a bit of character at least. St Olaf's House. Just off my ropey memory, this is a 1930s, 1930s Art Deco building. Is it an apartment or was an office building at the time? But it's in tribute to St Olaf, which was a king from Norway. Yeah, so he was friends with the Anglo Saxons back in the day, and interesting enough, that's where the name Tooley Street derives from. It's a spin-off from a spin-off, if that's the right term. So basically, King Olaf became Saint Olaf, and then suddenly got roughly translated to Tooley Street, and then now it's called Tooley Street. So that's the history behind that name, and that's about as far as I'm going to dig into that. And just grab a view of the arches, or some of the arches of London Bridge railway station. And alas, another branch of Starbucks. I've no affiliation with them. They just seem to be popping up everywhere I go in London. I just want to get a quick shot of the Shard Tower. It's a long way up. I've arched my back a fair amount here. Wow. Battle Bridge Lane. Interesting name to call a street. The Merchant's Line. So imports would be towards, is it the west, and then exports to the east? Or is it north and south? Can't figure out my orientation, but it makes sense that exports would be towards the river, towards one of the piers. See, there's like a metal band running up along here. So yeah, this kind of represents the Merchant's Line. Not sure what purpose it serves, but other than just something to symbolise this particular pathway. There's one thing you can't knock about London, and that is business opportunity. I mean, what better place to build a kebab shop than right next to a busy London pub, hey? Okay, I just forked into Bermondsey Street. Some more arches along London Bridge train station and tunnel up there. I'm not sure how far I'm going to go now. I need to be heading towards back onto the Queen's Walk. Okay, just sort of at the entrance of the tunnel. Sort of bar, games bar, cocktail bar establishment there. Right, so I think I've ventured far enough along here, and I'll head back towards the river. So I'll see you all there. Okay, just coming up to Hayes Galleria. It's a rather famous area of leisure and commerce. I'll be cutting in, and that will just take us towards the river. And here is a map of the Galleria to help you around the place. But I'm terrible at map reading, so I'm not sure if it's going to be any good to me. Oh, suit you, sir. Yeah, I'm rather liking this archway entrance into the main courtyard, if that's the right term. Corner of my eye I can see some charming old school red telephone booths. Okay, I wonder if they still work. Have they been repurposed for some other quirky, tourist-friendly thing? I try and capture the glass canopy. Yeah, this camera footage isn't going to do it justice. It is rather splendid in the flesh. The tides of fate. A mysterious shipment has been uncovered in Hayes Wharf. Yeah, this is not. I don't think this is anything original. It's just some tourist attraction, probably geared towards children as well. But it's, yeah, I mean, it's a good use of scrap iron here. They welded something quite interesting together there. And I mentioned earlier in the video about one of the original London bridges as it having buildings, shops built along the actual crossing itself. Also, this is not an accurate depiction of it, just very romanticised mosaic, but you get the picture. Okay, so I have already taken a walk that way, so I'm going to go the opposite end and go through here and see what lays ahead. There's a Nicholson-run pub here. It's quite swish. Recently had looks like it's all recently refurbished, doesn't it? And here is the infamous HMS Belfast. So she was in service from the 1920s into the late 50s. So yeah, had good innings. Had a few upgrades over the years. Fought in many significant naval events, given the slightly dubious honour of becoming a museum ship from the 70s onwards. I can see Tower Bridge getting closer, so I'm pretty much getting up towards the edge of the London Bridge area. Yeah, so it's I think I'm just scratching the surface really. I'm sure there's lots of hidden gems around here. I just need to have a bit more time and maybe a couple of more visits another time to uncover them really. And from what I've seen so far, it's all pretty good. I mean, I used to just completely blank out London Bridge altogether. I just see it as a place where I just catch a train or need to transfer from train to tube and vice versa. Just never really taken notice of it, but now I'm looking at it from a more interested point of view. It's actually quite interesting. It's got a lot of character, a lot of history, of course, pretty much like many parts of London. Yeah, always just someone like me, I'm just simply scratching the surface. It's not a deep dive of the place. And I think that about wraps up for this particular video, and I hope you've enjoyed the whistle stop tour and / crash course history lesson of London Bridge and its surrounding areas. I certainly enjoyed my walk around here and learnt myself a few more things about this place also. But again, all round good start to the day. It's a Friday as I'm filming this, so by the time you see this it should be the weekend or thereabouts. I nearly actually didn't make it today. I just I kind of just struggled to get out of bed. I just shattered my body's sore all over because I spent the past 3 days redecorating my flat and has been working on my old Porsche as well. Classic car problems, that sort of thing. But no, I'm glad I've ventured out, and the sunshine's been great. I feel revived, but I'm quite hungry now, so I'm going to head down to Borough Market, have a little walk around and peruse to see what all the fuss is about, and give you a little bit more history of the place as well, and then maybe stop off somewhere for a bite to eat and maybe a pint or something. Yeah, so yeah, again, thanks again for watching. If you've enjoyed what you have seen, then give me a thumbs up, put something down in the comment section, and most importantly, please subscribe to my channel. It will make all the difference. So until next time, I am 350, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. All right, bye for now.